Did you ever wonder why NASA and other space agencies always look for a window of opportunity to launch a space vehicle? Well, did you ever know in 1962 that the United States Army military performed an operation in the Johnston Islands, Johnston Atoll, in the Pacific? They called it Operation Fishbowl, where they said they launched high altitude nuclear rockets, nuclear explosions, up to at least 400 kilometers high. Why would they do such a thing? Was there any concern at all what the dangers of this might be by launching high altitude nuclear? Well, I don't really believe in nuclear weapons, but still, what was their purpose of doing this? Well, if you understand, you're living inside the concave spherical Earth, and there is a glass sky, a glass bubble above us at approximately 100 kilometers, and they wanted to enter space. Space travel. This is 1962. Okay, this is before, the so-called moon landings. They wanted to pierce a hole through the glass sky. It seems logical to me, doesn't it? Why would they call it Fishbowl? Operation Fishbowl. So if you understand, there's a gaping hole up in the sky for entry vehicles. Okay, re-entry, or when they say re-entering the atmosphere, they actually have like the space shuttle has a heat shield to the bottom of the vehicle, and so once they're up inside inner space above the glass, they have to melt through at an acute angle. That's why the nose cone and the wings of the shuttle are made with carbon matrix. But if you ever look at a space shuttle launch, you'll see. First of all, they will wait for the right window of opportunity in order to launch a vehicle, and then when they actually do it, initially the space shuttle will actually do a rollover, an 180-degree, what they call an orbital maneuver, prior to entering space. And just before they enter space, you'll notice that you'll see a lot of yellow plasmic discharge happening, and even like almost looks like how a hockey player skates across an ice skating rink and there's like ice, particles of ice floating all over the place. See, now right now I show them doing their orbital maneuver. Now let's fast forward a little bit here. Also, it's kind of interesting too that they always cut away, not always, but sometimes they will cut away just before it enters space. They will cut away to the launch pad again for a good 15-20 seconds or something like they do over here. Why do you think they do that? Is it possible that, okay, now they have the shuttle upright, so the tail, if it were to hit the glass sky, the tail would hit it first, top of the tail. Is it possible that, maybe once they initially hit the glass sky, there's like a jerking movement, like a bumping, so they don't want to show that? Unless it's a smooth transition. Sometimes they don't cut away to the launch pad. So sometimes it's a smooth contact with the glass. So now they go back here, and then you see this yellow discharge, right? Look at the yellow discharge there. What's going on there? Then you see this white shimmering. Look at it, bam. See these particles floating, these ice particles floating off. Look at this. Woo! Something's hitting something. Something is hitting. Oh, now there's a separation, okay? Now the separation happens. Now there's a lift, okay? Now the space shuttle is not as heavy. So there's an actual lift as it goes through the hole in the sky. Okay? To me, it seems they're using the tail of the shuttle. Here, I made it in 3D. They're using the tail of the shuttle to slow the shuttle down as it scrapes across the glass, and also to steer the shuttle, to guide the shuttle to the hole. Okay, I made a little animation here. Make that full screen. you have a little animation here. Okay, once the external tank gets deployed, the shuttle's lighter now, so it could start ascending, and so it angles up like that, and it goes right in through the hole. To me, that seems like the most logical explanation. Even for satellite launches, they wait for the window, they wait for the hole. And we were talking about this on the Concave Earth Forum, and a guy, G-Man over there, was talking about, well, if it's crashing, it would, the vehicle would disintegrate if it crashed into a thick glass wall or with ice attached to it. But if there's a hole, then it can simply just go on right through, and the tail of the shuttle is not only a braking mechanism to slow the shuttle down, but also a guiding mechanism, in a way in which to brace the shuttle so it aligns up with the hole and goes right through. And then, of course, on re-entry, the shuttle just uses the bottom of the vehicle to melt through. That's the same with like the Soyuz. Anything that comes back from space, like the Soyuz capsule, it's going to need a heat shield to come back. But entry is possible due to the hole, the Operation Fishbowl hole. So, there you go. Talk to you later.